So 4 years ago, and as a slightly different person, I had put out a video proposing some changes to the Constitution. Since that video, I have started officially my journey within the Democratic Party, with just more than just being a passive voter and all that other stuff. So I decided to revisit the topic and sort of reiterate what changes to the Constitution I would make if given the power. So let's go to it. The first change I would propose would be the 29th Amendment to the Constitution, Equal Rights Amendment, Section 1. Equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state or states on the account of sex and gender. Section 2. The Congress shall have the power to enforce by appropriate legislation the provisions of this article. My proposed 30th Amendment to the Constitution, voting rights given to felons and those currently incarcerated. The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state or states on the account of previous criminal record or current incarceration. The Congress shall have the power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. I propose 31st Amendment to the Constitution, House of Representatives for D.C. and Territories. Section 1. The district constituting the seat of government of the United States and the people residing in territories administered, acquired, or controlled by the United States shall be granted the right to elect and send members to the United States House of Representatives as if they were states, and will be given full rights and privileges given to a member of the House of Representatives from states currently in the Union. Section 2. These people are granted voting rights and protections afforded to the people who reside in or claim legal residence in fully admitted states of the Union. Section 3. They shall be counted as states for the purpose of determining the number of House representatives that each territory and district can send. Section 3. The Congress shall have the power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. My proposed 32nd Amendment to the Constitution, subpoena power of Congress. Section 1. Congress shall have the power to subpoena the executive branch. Section 2. The Congress shall have the power to enforce by appropriate legislation the provisions of this article. Section 3. This amendment shall take effect on the next presidential election year after the date of ratification. My proposed 33rd Amendment to the Constitution, money and politics. Section 1. The Congress and the states shall have the power to determine campaign and election finance. Section 2. The Congress and the states shall have the power to enforce by appropriate legislation the provisions of this article. Section 3. This amendment shall take effect after the election for the Congressional House of Representatives elections, the date of ratification. And my current final and 34th proposed amendment to the Constitution, the Privacy Amendment, Section 1. The people shall have the right to know and determine how their private information is collected and used as it pertains to private or corporate entities. Section 2. Public officials do not have a right to privacy as it pertains to the work in public or government office. Section 3. The court shall have the power to determine the limits of privacy. And Section 4, the Congress and states shall have the power to enforce by appropriate legislation the provisions of this article. So let me know what changes to the Constitution would you also propose if given the power. Thank you.